Hi and welcome to Conversation Corner. My name is Kunal. I want to break down very complex ideas on my channel and make them accessible to you. One very complex idea in this world that we live in is called transcendence. In common English, it's known as to go beyond something, right? It's a concept that is difficult to understand, and if you are remotely religious, you might have heard of the saying to go beyond happiness and sadness, or to go beyond right and wrong. And initially, it might be difficult to understand what this concept is, and that's why I want to relate an incident or a series of incidents from my life so that becomes relatable. Now, for all these 28 years that I've lived on God's green earth, I haven't smoked a cigarette. And when I was working in a call center, a lot of people had the habit of smoking cigarettes. Now, I'm not here to say smoking cigarettes is bad or you should stop smoking. So, don't worry about that. I'm going to give you an example of someone who's trying to quit smoking. Now, if I were to step into a room with a person who is trying to quit smoking, and we both see a pack of cigarettes lying on the table, the person who will be exercising his willpower to not take a cigarette out and smoke will not be me, it will be the smoker. Because throughout his lifetime, or ever since he started smoking, smoking became a habit till it became an identity and he labeled himself as a smoker. Now his identity has shifted. He's not a smoker, he's a smoker who is trying to quit. So when he goes into the room, he sees the pack of cigarettes and he exercises willpower. And that particular day, he's extremely successful. He doesn't pick up the cigarette and he leaves the room without the cigarette and he doesn't smoke that day. We're talking about a smoker who's trying to quit. Now, you cannot say that the smoker who's trying to quit and I are mentally in the same position. To an onlooker who saw the incident, neither of us smoked. But what was going on inside our heads was a completely different affair altogether. And that's the problem with appearances. We can't really see beyond them. To the third party observer, he saw two people walk into a room where there was a pack of cigarettes on the table, and he saw that neither of them picked it up. But what was going on inside their heads was completely different. Now, what do I mean by transcendence? I promised you initially I'll explain the concept of transcendence by giving a metaphor or an allegory. My English is not that strong, so I don't know whether this is a metaphor, allegory, or simile. Help me out in the comment section. So, initially, when this person who's trying to quit smoking is exercising willpower, he's still within that range of being a smoker or a smoker who's trying to quit. Now, transcendence would be this man stepping into the room, seeing the pack of cigarettes, and not being bothered at all. He has transcended willpower. Now, he's in the same state that I am. It's like cigarettes are visible, they're there on the table, but they're not there at all. So he has transcended his desire to smoke. Now he is not exercising willpower, he's not resisting, or he's not caught between resistance and temptations. Whenever we talk about transcending something, we're talking about dualities, right? Right and wrong, happiness and sadness. So the two qualities presented here were temptation, which was the temptation to smoke the cigarette, and willpower, which is the power he exercises on himself and stays away from that temptation. Transcendence is going beyond that and reaching the identity of a non smoker where he believes that he no longer is a smoker. So, even if he saw 5 to 10 packs of cigarettes in each and every room that he went, his desire is not aroused. He doesn't feel the same as he did before when he was a smoker who had just quit. So, this can help you understand what the concept of transcendence is. It's generally the ability to go beyond two dual qualities. It's tough to understand initially, but if you try and draw parallels in your life, where you were trying to escape two dual qualities. You might be able to relate to that. It takes time to understand this concept, so if you haven't understood it, just let me know in the comment section and I'll see if I can help you understand this better.